This is week 4, day 22 of me learning to make animated movies. That's crazy sounding to me. I'm really proud of myself. Who is myself? I'm Michael Lardizabal. My goal this year is to become awesome at pre-production, production, and post-production using writing, art, 2D animation, and Blender, so I can make the movies of my dreams. I'm working on this Kung Fu Revenge movie, and I'm really excited about it, but my skills as an animator are nowhere close to what they need to be for this thing that's a humongous project. This is a common thing I do. I decided I'll go even smaller. I'm gonna start working on short animated film, and it's still too big. I'm really excited about it. I started storyboarding it, but it's still too big. So I'm going even smaller. I'm going down to a animated short with a single set and a very simple model and rigged character. Now even that is a challenge for me, but it's closer. It's closer to where my actual skill level is. I made this sword thing using a course, but I was very on the rails, following it step by step. So this is me jumping off into the deep end, little Nemo in the big ocean. Right now, I'm just looking for the tiny win of following each tutorial. Making some grass, I win. I made some grass. Make a boulder, I can win with a boulder. And then once I have all the individual pieces from tutorials, then I can focus on assembling them all together to the animated short. So this is my path forward. This is the plan. And today I made some grass. So I was following this tutorial on YouTube, and yeah, it was really helpful, but it is, anime stylized grass. And so it fits that mixture of 2D and 3D that I want to do. So I'll show you the grass I made. Here we go. Whoop, boom, grass. Look, it's freaking grass. Amazing. And then that background, this is also the first time that I have figured out how to import a background image into Blender. So this is actually a sky and some clouds that I painted in Procreate. That feels pretty good. And I learned some cool little skills as I was working on the grass. I'll go and show you that right now in Blender, because I think they're pretty fun. First off, this is the grass scene, which is pretty crazy, right? So that's fun. But what I was really learning on this, let's see if I can, here, let's just go Shift A. I'm gonna add a plane. We're gonna move it up so you can see it. I'm gonna scale it up so it's a lot more visible. Okay. And I will, boom, now we're looking at the plane, right? Okay, so if I go over to, we're in edit mode, and then I make sure that this proportional editing is turned on. I learned about proportional size. So let me show you what this does. If it's usually, I think, comes out of the box set to 1. So if I subdivide this plane and I grab something and I move it around, right now you see it's very specific to each face that I'm working on. But if I increase the proportional size, then I get much more like broad effects. So thinking about like this is grass, thinking about ground, then all of a sudden this becomes really interesting. But if I do want to go down and do something more, specific to this area, I was like, oh, I want this to be a rocky thing or whatever, then I can still do that and affect how much I'm doing everything. So pretty cool. And then these, I think, are just like almost like different brushes in Photoshop or whatever, like moving things around. And so I guess if I do sphere, let's see what happens. Yeah, so it's kind of more spherical, right? Which makes sense. But just the fact that I can do those huge changes in the whole area with like the larger proportional size. Now it's like really interesting to be able to take this thing and say, okay, now I'm gonna grab the whole object and I'm gonna add a particle system, and then we're gonna add some hair there. There's gonna be a lot of hair. Anyway, so it's just cool. Like, let's see if I can remember what I did. So this is render as object, and then I'm gonna go down and I'm gonna grab my grass and set the scale to something like that, and we'll go 5,000. This is me testing myself as we're talking. I think I added grass to the background plane. Let's see what happens if I go over here. Oh god. So I accidentally made my plane. But anyways, but you get the idea. Like, I think I somehow made this plane inextricably connected to the background image. So I'm just gonna Control Z my way out of this thing until it doesn't exist. Okay, I lost my grass. Oh well, doesn't matter. We're just gonna quit and not save. That's my solution to breaking my own project. And then before I continue on, let me just go at my grass back and yay, it looks all nice. So yeah, that's what I worked on today. It was really fun. It's really neat to just have a small win of something cool. Oh my gosh, I'll show you this other thing. It's a nightmare. It's a freaking nightmare. Okay, I was following a tutorial on like simple character modeling. Let me find this. And at some point of this journey of modeling the character in a very simple way, I must have missed a step, and I really broke it. So then I just decided after breaking it to just play with keyframe animation to see what kind of hilarious nightmare thing I can do. So I'll just show you, because oh holy crap, it's something. Leave our grass, and I called it what the heck, LOL. Okay, as you can already see, yikes. Okay, here we go. Ooh. Yeah. My God. It's really quite terrifying. But as we can see right here, the first thing that really broke is that I think I had set up these modifiers on this guy, and I hadn't applied them yet. I've applied them now, but I hadn't applied them yet. And then I tried to pose the character, and I think that's what broke this and made it so there's these parts of the body that are literally stuck to wherever they started. Either that, or I must have like got rid of a bone or didn't make a bone I needed to make. Either way, I mean, look at the variety. Utterly terrifying. So yeah, it's that's my nightmare animated character. I'm sorry if I scarred you for all of eternity. Creative approach wise and emotions, I'm feeling pretty good, very excited. It's fun to jump in and not be good at stuff and try and get some small wins here and there. And I feel really proud of myself. You know, there's a lot of problem solving along with Blender. And as I've gone down the route of being like, am I just gonna do 2D animation, or am I doing just 3D, or am I doing a mix of them? Part of what I came up for myself was like, 2D animation, there's a lot to learn, but the core skill is still the core skill of drawing in motion. And I really like that, but I've dealt with some like RSI and some carpal tunnel stuff in the past. I feel good right now, but I know there's the potential that could flare back up. And so if I'm only drawing all the time, I really think I'm gonna, wreck my hands. So that's ultimately what really led me down the path of exploring 3D with 2D, is that I don't want to lose the drawing and the animation with that, but I also want to switch up what I'm technically doing with my hands, like drawing sometimes, clicking sometimes, typing sometimes. But as I've got into it, I really enjoy the 3D. I think it's super fun. And I think there's a lot of interesting possibilities. And as someone that has, like creative ADD and just is all over the place, the world of adding in technical software to what I'm doing is that there's endless possibilities of new inspirations. So whether I try something new in the software and then boom, it surprises me, and now I have something else I can use in my process, or as new add-ons or different stuff comes out there in the world, then I can also incorporate that in and say like, okay, what crazy thing can I do with this that I couldn't do before? And so I think the switching between all the different hats that it's required is actually really good for my brain. Okay, this is day 23 of learning to make animated movies. My big goals for today were to make some realistic grass and to redeem my cursed character with broken limbs and weird stuff happening and try and do something better. I think it went pretty well. Let me go ahead and show you. Okay, first off, we got this grass clump, which is pretty cool. But then we have the actual grass over here. Now look at that, black and white. Let's check it out. Render style. Okay, so this is using the render thing called cycles. So if you're not familiar with that, it's gonna look all like crazy pixelated whenever I move, but then it'll settle in for a moment and then look a little better. So boom, that's some grass, and it's gonna look a little pixelated, I think, until like rendered. But like, yeah, pretty cool. I did do a test, and the more stylized grass to me felt like it took a while to render, but this grass, just trying to render the image took forever. So probably not gonna stick with the realistic vibes, just because the same computer I use for this is the same computer I use for work, and I literally can't have it be rendering all day. I think I will stick with it a little bit more stylized and simple, and that be that. So now, cursed character, did I do better than the cursed character from yesterday? The answer is yes, he's not great. There's obviously some problems. I don't know what's going on here. Messed up the neck. I forgot to mirror the eyebrow, so you just got one eyebrow. And before I show you the back where it gets really crazy, I did manage to rig this thing. So boom, it's very simple. I don't know what I'm doing rig, but I did it. And then I did a little animation. Boom, it kicks, boom, which is pretty cool. Then now I will show you, now that I've shown you that it is better, it's less cursed than the other one, I will show you the part that didn't go so well. Oh God. So we're not gonna worry about the back. We're just gonna pretend this is a front only character. Okay, wait, just gotta see. Oh, look at it. Oh man, but definitely better. Progress, not perfection, right? Let's check them out. Shaded, because I did do some cool glowy eyes. So that's pretty fun. And let's see how the, oh, let's not worry about that again. So anyways, he's pretty dang cool. He's nice. He's fun. And yeah, it makes me happy. I think he's a cool dude. And this is definitely good progress. And I love glowy-eyed characters. I do them a lot with like my paintings and other digital art. And so I was excited that I could make a glowy-eyed character here in Blender. And this is just the beginning. And I'll figure out how to not make their butts and shoulder blades skip all broke. So yeah, good day, good progress, fun stuff. Excited to see what I do next time. Next time I think I'm gonna try seeing if I can just throw my character into my stylized grass scene and then see what happens. Good progress. Okay, next day. This is day 24. As you maybe can tell from the red light, I'm feeling extra crispy, but I got some fun stuff I still want to show you. It's just been a crazy week at work, and so I'm not getting as much done with all this as I want to because I'm just using all my brain energy at work. So today, instead of doing a lot of stuff, I did a few things, and then I just finished Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon because I know I needed to recharge some. And I still feel that way. Hence our Sith flavored light. That being said, let's show you the cool stuff. So first off, you've seen this, but I smashed together the environment and the character and just kind of plopped them in because I didn't know exactly how to do that, but apparently you just go to File, Append, instead of Import. You think Import, but not exactly. You append and then you can go find the files, and I found my blend file for this guy, which is just my modeling simple character 2. So anyways, threw him in, and if I hit play, it looks crazy. You can see the armature is going good. But I'm using cycles for this one because the tutorial fallen on the grass used the render engine cycles. I found one that uses EV from the same guy, so I want to learn that because I enjoy being in EV more because you can watch stuff in real time. But if we come over here to the animation, and currently I have the character set on 2s. I'm going to show you 3 different versions of this rendered out as a video. So we got background on 1s, characters on 1s, and so what that means is that every single time I move 1 frame ahead, the background and the character are making some kind of movement. Cool. Now for 2s, every single time I just hit a frame, nothing changed. I hit a frame, everything changed. So this is showing all, like every 2 frames there's going to be a movement, but we're losing some of the movements. So it's going to be a little bit like choppier, but a lot of traditional animation is done on 2s with some mixture of 1s and 3s and whatever. And so every other frame is going to be rendered, so it's going to be a little bit more choppy. And this is a weird mixture of background on 1s, so camera and everything in the environment, and then characters on 2s. So if we take a look at this, it's real subtle, but the camera just moved, the character didn't. The camera still moved, and so we see like the character is choppy, but the environment is always subtly moving. So now that I've kind of walked you through that, let's take a look and actually watch them play back. Here, there's this one's so smooth, two's choppier, and then this mixture of smooth with the choppy, and then we can kind of see them all together. And I'll let it go a few times so you can kind of like let your eye go where you want to go. I'm not exactly sure which one I like the most right now, but it is pretty interesting. Smooth guy, choppy, smooth choppy. I think I'm leaning towards this one, but it may just be because it's in the zeitgeist right now, you know, the Spider-Versification of everything, and you know what? That's okay. It's freaking cool, and I'm learning, and I'm gonna do things that I think are cool. What do you guys think? What do you of this? Just this simple test. First off, I should have mentioned this before. Ignore the crotch shadow of the character. Again, if you remember from yesterday, this character's got some anatomical problems, but don't worry about that. Outside of that, what do you like the most of this? Ones, twos, or background on one, characters on twos? Animation's so fun because I'm watching this. I could have just kept watching that forever because it's fun. One, because I did it, and two, because it's emotion. It's so fun. And Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon was awesome. I'm super tired. I'll see you tomorrow in 3, 2, 1. All right, it's day 25. I'm still feeling pretty extra crispy, but we're getting closer to the weekend. So instead of red, we got this pinkish purple, whatever, and a Hawaiian shirt. Keep the vibes good. Okay, my hope for today. I don't know how to texture paint in Blender, but I love painting in real life. I love painting in like Procreate and stuff. So my goal today, if I can learn to just get into the texture paint thing and do anything at all and make it show up on an object, then I'll have one. And I'll have one. Today's also a day where I have very little time before work, and then I'm staying late for work. So tomorrow I'll have a much shorter schedule. It's kind of like an accordion. Like this is too big, so the next day will be smaller. If I can just do any texture painting at all today, it's a freaking win. So here we go. Wish me luck. Haha. Okay, I literally have to go and get ready for work now, but I did it. This has something on it that I did over here, and it's not good, and it's not how I want. I don't know why I had multiple squares over here before, and now it's just showing up over the whole square. I'll figure that out later, but I got a good work, and I at least could make something happen on something. Yes, haha. Maybe after work I'll figure it out, but maybe I'll just collapse, and then tomorrow I'll figure it out. Okay.